Oh,
Nice. Hi. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to For Queen and Country. My name is Casper the MB Ghost, and I will be your lovely GM this evening. These are our glorious musketeers. Let us start with Nikki.
Hello there. I'm Nikki. I use he, they pronouns, and I will be playing Philomene, they, them, who is our Musketeers resident shape shifting half dragon creature person thing. Yeah.
Beast. Our resident beast. Amazing. Uh, and I'm going off of my format instead of an actual overlay. Sorry. So Theta.
Hi, I'm Theta. I use they them pronouns, and I'm playing Merwin, the local, not actually local princess of the group. Not actually local royalty.
All right, and then we've got Rose.
Hi, I'm Rose. I play Jay Cortez. They use she, they pronouns. They are a mess and a half, and a big flirt, just a big flirt. So watch your daughters, watch your wives, watch your horses. I don't know. Watch out.
Okay. And our newest addition, who couldn't make it last time, but has made it this time, Nen.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nin, and I'm gonna be playing Sabina Le Tonnelier. Just Sabina for friends. And Sabina, they are a collector of weirdos, and I feel like they are gonna find a lot of them today.
Yeah, I get that feeling too. Just for since we missed last week, just for those who did not catch our first episode, shame. But also, we are these are our musketeers. Cortez, Merowyn, and Philomene went to the kingdom of Claire's or Claire's, whatever, and had to seduce the captain of the guard, Phileas, the guild master, Morrigan, and the Duke of Claire's, Duke Wellington. Uh, um, to go into the vaults and steal some very secret plans for the king of Felicia, the kingdom which they hail. And after being helped out by a very, very knowledgeable innkeeper who seemed kind of sus, they all managed to get real lucky. Well, actually, everybody except for Marwin. Marwin got arrested. Everyone else got lucky. But they completed their mission. They got the keys. They stole the thing. They made it back to the inn, and then they were betrayed. Count Brookhaven came in and snatched the plans that they so rightfully stole, and they all woke up in the home kingdom of Felicia. That was a year ago. We don't know what happened since, because right now we are waking up with Sabina first thing in the morning. You wake up in this very nice part of the kingdom of Felicia. Like actually, it's not the main kingdom. It's like you live on. I'm gonna just call it a suburb because I'm a city kid. So you live in the suburb of Felicia.
In the neighborhood. Okay.
Yeah, you're in the neighborhood. And you're doing this big move to finally move into the city. You're moving downtown. Congratulations. You can afford it.
Yes.
You are now becoming a musketeer. And you are moving into the barracks in the castle.
Yes.
So where are you headed first thing in the morning?
Probably gonna wake up, don't have any kind of personal hygiene because I don't see that very likely to happen. And I have a couple of friends, I've been living here for a while and I like to talk to people. So I just gonna say my farewells and say, hey, I'm moving to the city. Finally. My dream, both in the game and in real life. And hey, I'm gonna own my own place.
Let's
Even if it's a
go.
even if it's a bank bed, it's mine. And so I want to say, hey, I'm gonna be back soon, probably. Just to say hi and all. But I just grab my things, put them in a small bag, and I start walking because it's a lovely day in the neighborhood. So I, I start walking to the main barracks and try to, I don't know, kind of. The idea is that I have is I try to get there early in the morning and just dump my stuff and try to get to know people there.
Amazing. Well, on your way, there's this really dark gentleman and his like group of like 10 or so guys just blocking the entire road. And they seem to be not concerned about how that affects literally anyone else around them. They are there, they're having a good time, and they're blocking the entire road for everybody.
And I'm gonna assume that includes me.
Yes.
Okay. So let's try and be polite here. I'm gonna approach them and say, hello, my fellow citizens. How are you doing this fine morning? I was thinking if you could make me a small room here to go. I need to go my way, and apparently you're all big and burly and blocking. That's 3 Bs there. My, blocking my way. So how that?
Yeah, how you managed to guess all three of their names is beyond me because Big looks at you as just like, like all three of them are looking at you like you're not worth their time. And then they're a smaller of these, like there's Big, burly, and blocking. Oh, I gotta write that down. Hang on.
Oh, it's like
I'm
they
gonna forget.
were made for this role. This was their only goal in life.
They're triplets. They look identical.
Imagine Big is like this big, really small.
But the man that they are with is this. He is significantly shorter than those three. Think of Flynn Rider from Tangled, except for if he was designed like a villain.
Yes, that brings up a perfect image. Yes,
there you go. So yeah, he's got that kind of vibe going on, and he stalks up, and he's like, "We don't have to move for you."
I mean, you don't, but I'm asking nicely. That's always the first option. So maybe you could move for me if you wanted to just be nice and avoid stuff.
I'm not nice.
Okay, well, I'm neither, but sometimes I try to be, and you're kind of not trying to be. So maybe, I don't know, you can try and it could be nicer together or not.
You you can see that this gentleman is just laughing. He looks back at his friends and like now has turned his back on you, just completely ignoring you.
Mm, okay. This is going to backfire so bad. So bad. But how far am I from my place? I mean, my ex place.
You've been walking for a good little bit. You're too far to turn back now. Is basically where you're at.
That kind of makes sense. So I don't want to, but I'm gonna have to. I mean, I would say I would like to defy disaster, but let's be honest here. It's gonna be a fight.
Let's go.
with 3 Vs and one smaller dude. What could go wrong? While he's basically giving me his bag and he's turning around, I'm gonna try to conjure like let's say a brick.
Amazing.
I'm gonna throw it to his head while he's not watching at me.
Okay. Since you're doing something mythical, roll fight for me, but instead of daring or grace, roll with spirit.
Yeah. That's a +2. And let's go. Okay, I got 10 + 2. That's a 12.
Nice. You get to choose 3 of the list underneath, and I get to choose 1 and a response. Do you have the list in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Awesome.
I'm gonna I don't have any allies here right now, so I'm gonna choose the other 3, which are I'm gonna provoke. I think that hurling a brick is a little bit harder than provoke, but I'm gonna provoke him with my brick and gain a string of them. So yeah.
So you've got a string on.
I don't have a pencil.
Oh shoot! I should name this guy. Monsieur.
He's the boss, because if we are going to have beasts.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him Monsieur Jerk. I'm being very creative with my names right now. I don't care.
I'm not gonna ask how you write that. I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, and then I'm gonna inflict a condition.
Ooh, okay.
Do I get to choose a condition, or do
Absolutely.
you choose? Oh, my friend. Yes.
You did hit him with a brick. I thought you said rake. So like.
I also thought you said rake, and I thought the idea of hitting someone in the head with a rake is.
Yeah, you're hitting someone in the head with a rake. What type of rake? Is it jade or is it a farming implement? Who knows?
Okay, now you have convinced me, and I'm hitting someone with like a farming tool.
Okay. Cool. Love it.
So I'm gonna go with frightened. I don't know. I feel like people having rakes, even if they are natural.
If it was a brick, maybe frightened, but since it's a rake, I'm gonna say this dude would probably be more angry than.
Sure, why not?
I mean, rakes are sharp. Have you ever stepped on a rake before?
Yeah, I got smacked. I did the whole cartoon bit where I smacked myself in the face.
Nice.
Now imagine if it was the rake end.
Oy.
Ooh. Wait, how does that even work?
What? Oh my
You
god.
step on the pole and it goes, ow!
Yes. Actually, yeah, Sabina didn't hit him. They just why? What's my issue with pronouns today? They just put it
Put it on the ground and he
on the
he
ground.
turned around
Yeah,
and
right,
smacked himself.
right in front of him, and he just. And then I don't want anything that he has. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I'm gonna seize a superior position,
Okay.
a moral superior position.
Okay. Well, so the one that I'm going to give to you, I'm going to inflict a condition.
Yes.
Wait, so you said frightened, and I don't want to take that away from you. So yeah, he'll be frightened, but you will be angry.
Yes. Yes, that makes absolute
Maybe
sense.
he's more frightened by the fact that she didn't have a rake 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Now she does.
He's
Like, where
more
the
concerned.
fuck?
He's more concerned that this rake literally appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He did not realize he was messing with a witch. So he's kind of like, okay, rethinking his life. But before Big, Burly, and Blocking can come into play, like before they can do any kind of reaction, a carriage pulls up. It's an ornate carriage. And a beautiful woman that you wouldn't recognize, but Cortez might, tells Monsieur Jerk to leave you alone. Leave them be
Okay.
and let them pass. We're already late. And Monsieur Jerk bows deeply, is like, yes, milady, and gathers their stuff and heads and escorts this young woman as she like smiles and winks at you. After looking you over, it's like, oh, kind of cute. And
That's like an instant smitten
oh,
to
okay.
this mystery person. What can I say? What can I say? I'm easy to win. To win over.
That if you're smitten, what is the question under your truths of heart and blade?
What obvious thing about you are you sure will make them reject you? And I'm going to go with probably she seems like a very noble lady, right? With a
Yeah.
huge. I'm not. I'm a hood kid, you know. I just lived in the dumpster all my life, so I think that she definitely would reject me based on class and lack of richness. So yeah, definitely.
Okay. Fair enough. And after looking you over, Big, Burly, Blocking, Monsieur Jack, they all escort milady. These freaking names. What the hell did I do? Down the road to the city. And yeah, you are left there angry in the middle of the street. You make it to, like, the rest of your journey is uneventful. You weren't that far from the city. You arrive at the gates a few hours later because you're walking. And the city is bustling. It's there's commerce happening, a lot of, like, it's a healthy city. It's the middle of the day. People are trading in the market, and I'm going to say a little overwhelmed, but you're also still angry about that single encounter you had with Monsieur Dirk.
I mean, it wasn't that far away. Why couldn't I have like a little nice stroll to the city, right? No, I had to go and bump into this beast. Okay, sounds fair.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think that I'm also smitten with this same lady because she came to the party that we threw. So I'm pretty sure it's the same person.
I wouldn't need more details, but yeah, it might be the person I think it is.
Yeah, I
Even
think.
though my character doesn't know.
Well, we'll see. But yeah, it seems like it.
I'm back. So yeah, you're coming into the gates of the city. I'm gonna leave you at the gates for a second. We are going to visit Philomene. You're in the middle of the market today. You've decided to go to the market today. What was your condition from a year ago?
I will say that after that betrayal and that debacle, it sort of like instilled a paranoia in Philomene, because the whole point they were sent to the Musketeer Academy. I don't know what is officially called.
We are going to call it the Musketeer Academy because this has been so factually accurate the entire time.
Perfect. And like they were told that here they can sort of like learn to, control themselves, or sort of like accept their other form and not have people go behind their backs, like what happened back at their village, where people just sort of, the way like in period drama when someone gets accused as a witch and they get ostracized. That is sort of like what happened to them back at their hometown. But now they have been betrayed again, and so a paranoia began to brew inside them. And I will say that throughout this year, they probably don't see the others as much and have sort of like secluded themselves and have taken to just like, I guess, renting like a cheap room at a dingy inn somewhere and mostly just pace around in like a frenetic energy and just drinking a lot to sort of like cope with the paranoia that they're having. So I will say that this market trip is to restock their alcohol.
Okay. Well, while you're restocking, you had just paid the vendor. You've got your barrels in your arms, and you are bumped from behind by a wide-eyed Sabina.
I turn and look, eyes a bit wide for a second as the bump happened. Their full fight or flight response actually triggered until they notice that it's you, and they sort of calm down a bit, but they're still a bit wary. He goes, Sabina, why are you here?
Hello. I'm going to the barracks. I'm joining the academy today.
Oh. Good
You
for
seem-
you.
Are you okay? You seem a little bit like worried, maybe disturbed. Is everything okay?
As you say, is everything okay? I look down to the left at the barrel of alcohol I have under my left arm. Then to the barrel I have under my right arm. Then I look back at you. Fine.
Okay. I guess that at this point the smell reaches me and I realize what's happening. And I say, hey, come on, Phil. What's happening? What's the issue here? I mean, are you okay? Do you want to, I don't know, company, or do you prefer me to leave you alone?
I'll just roll a d6 to decide my choice. And he goes, I'll prefer to be alone for now.
Oh, okay. Just, let me know if I can help you with anything.
Yeah. Go enjoy your day at the
Um,
academy.
Can I try to figure Philippine out?
Absolutely.
Let's go.
You do have a -2
Yes.
because
Oh.
you are still angry.
Pissed. I'm still very, 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 very pissed. So
But yeah,
see what
absolutely
happens.
try and figure Phil out. Philomene.
Let's roll the dice.
You can also get a +3 if you spend the string, a string on them, if you have one. I don't remember if you did.
Okay, so this is not fun. I rolled out a 6, and
Ooh.
yeah, that's bad. And I need to that will be a 4 plus no, this is not
Plus
plus
your wit.
yeah, which is 0.
Okay.
So
do
yeah,
you have a string on?
yes, I'm gonna spend it because this is I don't want that to be such a disaster.
Okay.
So that would be give me
a 7.
no, it's going to be a disaster nevertheless. So
No. For a figure a person out, you can ask with a 7. You can ask them 2 questions, but Philomene can also ask you a question.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's just an exchange. There
Okay,
is no
yeah,
failing in Thirsty Sword Lesbians. There's just an exchange.
I like that. Okay. Oh yes, you're right. 7 to 9, you may ask 2 questions, but they may ask one of you. My first question is, how could I get you to feel better about whatever it is that's bothering you?
What can you do to make how I feel better, is it?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, there's any. What can I do to make you feel better? I'm not really sure what's happening to you, but you don't seem like super happy right now. So I want to know, what could I do? Please don't say leave.
No. I will say for now, in this moment, drinking with me would make me feel better.
I definitely can join for a drink. Yeah. I mean, what's the worst that could happen here? And what do you love most? This has got intensely personal right now.
Oh god, this goes way deeper.
But you know what? I'm gonna first drink like 3 drinks with you, and then when we are totally wasted, I'm gonna ask you in an absolutely drunken state, what do you love most? Because that's a drunken question to ask a person.
So does that mean that we're like back at the inn or like in an alleyway somewhere just chugging drinks?
I'm gonna say that you guys make it to a local bar, a local it's not a bar, it's a tavern. There we go. That's
a tavern. To be a little less on the street drinking.
But they know you here, Philomene. It's one of your local haunts. It's close to your home, or your little apartment that you got. Yeah, and so they didn't. You had to leave your 2 barrels outside, but it's fine. No outside food or drink. But yeah, no, they got you a seat by the window. You can see your stuff. It's fine. They've got another person watching it because they know you. And yeah, they're just serving you guys just a couple rounds in at this little tavern.
All right. What does Philomene love most? I will say trust and acceptance, probably.
Okay. To be trusted or to be able to trust someone else?
for people to, or rather for Philomene to trust them enough that they won't turn on them the moment their true nature is revealed.
I sense here a theme. But that's okay, my friend. You are among friends, and I look around and everyone is drunk, including us. But yeah, you're among friends. We like you.
Philomene, you have an opportunity to ask a question if you feel like it.
All right.
An extremely drunk question.
Just to clarify, when I saw Sabina, did I see the letter they were holding as well?
No.
Okay, I didn't see that. All right. Hmm. You know, I don't think Philomene will have any questions to ask currently.
Okay. Well, Sabino, as you're scanning around, you do note, like, you see a familiar face at the other end of the bar. I mean, it kind of looks familiar. They're kind of making out with somebody, but you're pretty sure that you see Cortez at the end of the bar.
Or at least half the face of Cortez.
Yeah, half the face
Making
of Cortez. Cortez, what have you been up to besides now making out with this NPC?
I've actually been working out a lot. And much like the fucking Princess Bride, I have started dosing myself with poisons, like knockout poisons and things like that, so that I can never be surprised when I find it in my drink. So yeah, just occasionally it will be like a week of like, where is Cortez? And Cortez is just like pulling up like big boulders up a mountain, and then and then is at the top like drinking tea until they pass out.
Just microdosing poison. It's
Yeah,
fine.
basically. No, I'm microdosing poison. And then when I'm in town, you know, obviously I'm sleeping around. But yeah, I think I have, unlike Philomene, I've done like a 360 in the opposite direction, where I'm like, I have to be stronger. I have to be smarter about who I trust, and things like that. So I think I'm actually the person I'm making out with. I'm probably like information gathering from them, like rifling around in her purse or whatever, trying to figure out you know, who she's working for, essentially.
Okay. So for that, defy disaster for me.
Okay.
Ooh.
That is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Beautiful. You do it with style. So they are so distracted by you and all of your beefy goodness that they don't realize that like one of your hands is probably
My hands are on them, but
oh, okay.
but you know, they've got like something in their back pocket or something. So, you know,
Yeah.
one hand is doing enough work for
Yeah,
the two
you're-
hands.
Your
Well, the-
your clever fingers gather information as they're also distraught. You got clever hands.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what type of information are you looking for?
I think that I have been going down the rabbit hole of who works for Count Brookhaven, starting at the bottom, and working my way up. So I've been like punching street rats and things like that during my spare time. And I think I've maybe gotten to the part where it's like these people pass notes for him, and these people like will, you know, carry information carriers, basically going from one village to the next, that sort of thing. Like I'm trying to infiltrate from the bottom.
You will find out the information that you have that this person's giving you is a confirmation that well, first of all, of Milady's name, because
Yeah.
you have found out that Duke Wellington was a former associate of Count Brookhaven.
Okay.
And that Milady, the person who he was escorting, is also but she's higher up. She is a super spy. She gets around. Her loyalties are basically to herself, and she is going to be Milady Autumn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, that that's not her real name. That is her code name. And she's like, as far as you can tell, she is the right hand woman of Count Brookhaven.
Well, that's why she was so easy to get on board. That
yeah.
bitch. Okay, gotcha.
And as you gather that information, as the woman, as your Mark like leaves to go freshen up and like fix her makeup, she like traces her hands across your like broad shoulders and it like goes upstairs, and you finally notice Philomene and Sabina across the tavern drinking in their near the window.
I think I will mosey on over, dip my finger in their drink, lick it, try to determine if it's safe or not, and then without, if it's safe, without saying anything, just lean against the wall near them. So I just come up, stick my finger in, lick my finger, and then go lean against the wall.
Hey, it's my favorite condiment. A little bit of Cortez in my drink.
Everyone needs a little bit of Cortez
in their lives.
A little bit of Monica. Good to see you. Glad you made it.
I mean, it's always my games. Might be later than expected, but hey, I'm here. And look who I brought.
Hey, Philomene.
I stare for a bit and then just chug.
I mean, it's better than puking, so thank you. So, what were you doing, Cortez?
Oh, you saw that. The usual, sticking my tongue places it shouldn't be. We can talk about it later if you want.
Sure.
But
over a glass of wine if you want to.
Sure. Yeah. Just being one with the bar. I've always wanted to be a fly rather than the star. And Philomene has taken over my fair share of drinking. So the bar, it doesn't hold any resentment towards me.
Good for you. As I refill. I don't have my barrels with me. Bartender, refill.
No, I'm gonna say, Philomene, you figured out a way to like position your barrels underneath the window that you guys are seated at, so it's just like you're just reaching over and like, doing it yourself.
I was thinking like a tube would be so funny to just like a big long straw.
Oh. However you get it done, you got it done, Philomene.
All right, perfect.
Because the rules are no outside food or drink in the bar. Technically,
I mean,
they're not in the bar. So,
yeah.
Love that you're finding loopholes. As you guys are gathering and like swapping stories, Merwin, what brings you down to the market today after this year of after a year of still reconciling what happened during your last mission.
Yeah. I think so. In a similar way to Jay, I think Merwin being arrested wasn't even the problem to Merwin. Merwin was like, okay, well, we like to some extent that had been part of their plan when they had initially laid it out. They were like, we can get arrested. That even if it's a little bit early, things go wrong. That's fine. But the parts of it I think that really caught them off guard was their inability to like first off get the attention of that dude that they needed to talk to begin with. That was like a whole mess unto itself. And then the second issue, being in there and kind of just being helpless and not being able to do things. Like there is a deep insecurity when your two other teammates are out still off doing shit and you're just like, I'm still in the dungeon. Okay. This is not good. I should be able to get out of here somehow. And so I think Merwin's in a similar way been like picking locks and training over the past year. Has just been sitting there picking an insane, like puts their hands in cuff, picks them.
Oh my
It's
god.
like, and I think some people maybe walk in at the weirdest, most inconvenient times. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, I'm learning to pick locks. And other
It's
people
not what it looks like.
like, what do you think it looks like? And other people are like, that's not what that looks like. I'm like, I gotta learn anyways.
This is how I go
but
to sleep every night. Just like
other people are just very concerned and confused.
Okay, Merwin decides to get into bondage. Cortez microdoses poison, and Philomene has become a reclusive drunk. Thank you all for this. I love it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Continue. What brings you to the market today?
Yeah, but I think the reason Merwin goes down to the market is probably because it's a combination of Merwin's like, first off, I like getting certain foods that I can't get outside of the market. Like, sure, the castle has good food. There's probably some weird foods that Merwin's like, I'm from a very different place. I want my foods. But the other thing is, I like to imagine the locksmith is somewhere around there, and so Merwin makes weekly trips to pick up like a box of locks that the guy's just like throwing out, just like, thank you, let's go.
So you're carrying your box of locks. Oh my god, why do I have to say? Okay. Anyway, I'm a freaking nursery rhyme right now. You're carrying your box of locks past the tavern, and you just see two big barrels with like with tubes coming out and somehow meeting in the middle and then going it through the window. It's a strange contraption, especially for out front. Like if you saw something like this, it would make sense if it was in the rear where they do most of like the bartending and stuff, not out in the front where customers can just see it. And then you follow the straw and you see your former companion. Well, you see Philomene just like sipping on it heartily. And then upon further inspection, you see Cortez leaning up against the banister, sure, and in between them you see Sabina.
I don't think Merwin necessarily even goes into the. I think what happens is Merwin looks through the window and is just leaning through the window between the two windows, like.
Right as Philomene
yeah.
is sucking on a tube to get their second dose, like, Merwin.
Philomene, what are you doing?
Drinking?
Is this how you spend your time?
No. Yes. What's it to you?
This is how you're spending your time after everything that went wrong. This.
I mean, if you're doing better, then fine, but, you know, not everyone's like you. And I chug again.
Yeah.
Sure, not everyone's like me, but this feels like a little extreme. Tad.
I don't know what is it about today, whether it's coincidence or what, but somehow all of us are randomly together.
Yes, I suppose we are.
As you guys are making that realization, God, me, is going to rude. The young woman is going to come and look for Cortez, and then seeing that you are preoccupied with what looks like other musketeers, and you guys were pretty well known about a year ago. Your reputation may have suffered, but you're still pretty well known. She sees Cortez conspiring and immediately books it out the back door to go get some people.
Yeah. Can I put a foot out?
You're at you're at the front door, so even if you did put a foot out, she's going out the back door.
Oh, I thought she was coming up towards us and then realized and bolted.
She saw you and she's like, "Ooh, double back. We're going to go back this way." Yeah. So she went to run for no reason. Continue.
Running after her.
Oh.
Shove off the wall and start running.
Okay,
goodbye.
Cortez immediately books it.
My training is kicking in.
I know I haven't been here for a very long time, but does that happen usually?
Which
I guess.
You mean Cortez just disappears? Like, out of the blue?
Points of less in the past year, but not infrequently enough that it's not a noticed thing.
Okay. I kind of start realizing Philippines issues with trust and people leaving suddenly. It's like,
I will say this. Cortez chases girls. Cortez does not chase girls.
Yeah, Cortez chases skirts, not girls. There's a difference.
The fact that I'm running is maybe an issue.
Yeah,
all I'm saying.
That'll bring that one. I will give to you is that's a little out of the ordinary. Even the Cortez you guys knew back in that before time, before a year ago, would never run after anyone.
Yeah.
Cardio is not their thing.
Yeah, it's also kind of like creepy and weird. Like if a girl wants to leave, that's fine. It's up to her. I'm not gonna run out of the building after her.
Yeah, I think in Maewyn's brain, it's like I've maybe seen Cortez run up after a girl, but in that teasing way that girl, you'll see gay girls running on a hill after each other like that.
Oh no, stop! You'll catch me.
I think we've seen Jay do that maybe once or twice, and maybe that's what Maewyn's thinking of.
I just like the idea that Cortez lifts but doesn't do cardio. That's what six.
I do. No, I do. Me. I am not a wind sprinter. I am a lifter.
So this was not that. This was Cortez. The only other time you've seen Cortez run like that was on mission.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
So we could. That's not normal. Maybe we should see what's happening there. You know,
Philomene thinks for a bit, looked at their tail, and goes, "If Cortez gets in trouble, I'll get kicked out of this bar, and I can't have that." And
that's such a. Yeah, we should go chase after Cortez. I guess that.
Sorry, I was just gonna say I do like the idea that, like I said earlier, the bar would kick us out, but because I wouldn't be drinking as much, but because Philomene has been drinking, I'm still paying the bill for Philomene. I'm still paying for all of my liquor, but it's going straight to Philomene instead. I like that idea. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, I guess Maewyn probably goes like, yeah, we probably should. We probably should.
I'm gonna leave. Do you remember I still have my bag with my stuff and
Yeah.
everything, and I didn't send my shit to the barracks at any point. So I'm gonna go to the how do you call them, the bar?
Bag check.
Bag check at the bar. Yeah, why not? There's a lot of beef happening this episode.
Would you mind holding on this for me? And you can just put the churches into Cortez stuff. That's okay.
Oh, you're friends with Cortez? Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. The bartender takes your stuff and like shoves it in a cubby, not gently, but like just. It's nice that he's doing this. All right, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Maewyn kind of does like probably lean through and hand the box of locks to somebody like, this is a hassle to run with. We'll be back for the locks.
shoved it in a similar cubby right next to Sabine's stuff.
So to go through the bag and try to figure out at this point where Cortez is, that would be like,
Yeah,
that's go ahead.
Yeah. To get, I'm gonna have you all roll Defy Disaster.
This ain't gonna be free. That's what I want to say. This ain't free.
To find to catch up with Cortez.
Yeah.
Because Cortez is leaving a wake. They're not. Yeah, no, they're on a mission.
I shoved off of the wall like a swimmer about to start.
Exactly.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna use my tenacious purpose to see.
Yes.
Yeah, advance and go in a way that violates civilized norms. How can I close the gap between the two of them in as disruptive a way as possible?
Oh, you are the wake that Cortez is leaving. You're just expanding it, bro. Like Cortez knocks over bumps into a person. You take out the person with a full shoulder check and also the table. You have hard for anybody who is in your way.
I do that.
Amazing.
It's like in Avatar when they're running and they run into the cabbage guy and like Aang will like jump over it and then everyone else will just fucking plow through it.
Yes,
it's that.
You are tough in this situation.
Yeah.
There is nothing that can stop you.
Oh my days.
So +1 going forward, if I remember that correctly.
Yes. What do I add to Defy Disaster again? Is it
whatever
grace?
You want? You can do this with Daring, which is Might, Endurance, or Courage. Grace, which is Swiftness or Elegance. Heart, which is Charm or Social Insight, which I don't think you will be doing. Anyway. Wit, which is Cleverness or Knowledge, or Spirit, which is Willpower or Metaphysical Skill.
I think Daring, because I'm just plowing through people and tables.
Love that. What is your total?
8.
Is that with the +1?
Yeah, with the +1.
Okay. I will come back to that. Merwin, what did you get Defying Disaster?
I'm gonna roll Grace because I think Maewyn is using the disaster and the wake to kind of just jump from place to place.
Fantastic.
And like slipping between things as fast as fucking possible. Oh, I feel bad. Oh, even with my stat. Oh, that's a 5 somehow.
Oof.
You gain experience.
If I gain one more experience, then I can get a new move or add a slug or
Nice.
something.
Very nice.
Because I failed so fucking much.
All right. And Sabina, what did you do?
I hate cardio. So
Fair.
this is gonna take an effort from me. I'm gonna search among my many packages. Like I have like little small bags on my belt, and I'm gonna grab like some kind of incense with oranges and stuff like that to convince myself to, yeah, we need to do this. And like take a moment to meditate that, yes, I have to run, actually. I cannot do anything else. And I'm gonna throw 2 dice. And I'm gonna fail
Which one are you using?
horribly. I'm gonna use spirit.
Okay.
Because it's pure willpower. I have no clearly.
Okay.
I want to do this. I mean, I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna force myself to do this, and I'm gonna fail horribly because I got a 6 plus 2, that would be an 8. Hey.
Okay.
I think
All right. So, you both got a mid success, which I offer you a hard choice, or a success with a sacrifice. I'm gonna say you're gonna succeed, but the sacrifice is that Philomene, your reputation suffers in this kingdom, in your home kingdom. You are still allowed at the bar. You're just not allowed anywhere else in the marketplace ever again for the foreseeable future. And Sabina, you succeed. You're slowed down because you're picking up Marwyn right before, like, they're parkouring from like disaster spot to disaster spot, but their foot slips and you're like, got you, fam. As you slide underneath them and like bring them with you. It does slow you down. You do arrive a little bit later. But you guys all arrive underneath the clock tower where Cortez corners this young woman. Unfortunately, this young woman is not alone. And by the time all of you make it there, you are surrounded by 40 of the elite guard, not musketeers, because you are the elite, but these are your replacements, essentially. And with that, we're gonna go on break. 4 versus 40 should not be a problem.
At all.
Yeah, I take 40 in my.
So, welcome back, everyone. We got the band back together, and they are now surrounded by 40 of their replacements. Because it takes 40 people to replace you fine folks. So, hey, you're that special. Cortez, I meant to mention before, the woman you were making out with at the bar, you also know she is one of the queen's handmaids.
Ah,
Her name is Temperance. You have a
Okay.
string on her
oh.
because you were making out. I'm going to give that to you.
Okay. What's funny is Temperance is the street I grew up on. There goes that security password. But yeah, okay. I got a string on her.
All right. Temperance is now surrounded by 40 of the king. Like, it's not even the king's. It's his advisor's replacement for you. Since you failed that last mission, the king's advisor has decided that the Musketeers, your elite status is null and void, and so for the past year, he's been building up his own kind of private army.
Do
and
they have
these
a
are
name?
I just called them the elite guards, but we can. What would you
The
like to call them?
Wesketeers.
The Musketeers.
It's like Wario and Waluigi, but for Musketeers. It's
Oh
the
my God.
Wesketeers.
No.
Oh, come on! You have someone named Big.
I've also got someone named
Blocking.
Burly.
Yeah.
I think that the worst is blocking because I mean you can go somewhere big.
They are officially called the elite guard, but
Okay.
everyone calls them the Worstketeers because you guys are just terrible.
We are the best, and you love us.
All right. So yeah, they order you to halt. You are being placed under arrest for disturbing the peace. What y'all gonna do?
Am I still carrying my one?
Oh
Or-
no! As you guys have like all kind of stopped, and like you were stopped, and like you put Merowyn down, and you realize you are extremely surrounded. But you're also drawing in a crowd.
Hmm.
I mean, what peace were we disturbing? We were just, exercising. Cardio is good for everyone,
I think
right?
Merwin will also probably step forward and say, listen, this was just a simple misunderstanding. We were trying to chase after our friend Jay here. Clearly they saw something. Is Jay here?
Jay is here.
Yeah, they're gonna look to Jay and be like, please not along.
I
and-
do.
And I think what Merwin, I don't know if this will, actually, no. Merwin will be like, we're the Musketeers, if you haven't heard of us. This is our latest addition to this team, Sabina. I assure you that this wasn't any attempt at disturbing the peace. I want to try Don't You Know Who I Am, which is when you meet somebody who knows you by reputation.
Hell yeah.
Roll plus
Very
heart.
Hell yeah, do it. Defy disaster plus heart.
Yeah. There's a chance this could go bad. This was a 7, so I barely succeed. And
But you succeeded.
it said I say
That's
one
you.
thing they know, and the GM says one thing they know.
All
And
right.
the one thing I want them to know, because I can't actually lie, is that we act in the name of we act it for the public good. So basically, we are known for acting for the people and for the kingdom, and so even when we have disturbed the peace, it has been in the name of greater things more often than not.
Yeah, one thing that they know is that you guys failed a very important mission and have been disgraced for a
Yeah,
year.
I figured.
So you mm, do I want this to be a succeed with your hard choice is that you can either take this first punch or be the one to give it.
Merwin is proud, but I think in normal circumstances, Merwin would take it, but with the insecure condition, Merwin will give it.
Okay.
Fair.
Roll fight.
Merwin,
for
I
me.
think in this instance, is like, can see the
Yeah.
tables turning in this moment and looks at this man as like, oh, I'm either about to get punched or give a punch. And as much as it would look better if I got the punch, fuck this dude for thinking he has the right to punch me out of fucking nowhere. I am a musketeer. I am royalty. I have a whole ass prophecy just bouncing around that is known. Fuck this man for that.
Get him.
Just punch him.
Get his
Hell yeah.
ass.
Go for it. Do I have to roll?
Yeah, you gotta roll fight.
Come on, you can do it.
I always want to roll grace and not daring, but this is probably daring, and I hate that.
Backhand him.
Ooh, yeah, backhand him.
Use grace and backhand him.
Oh. Okay,
The
yeah.
lady.
I think
That's
it'll just be
totally.
she can
Don't you know who we are? Slap.
Smack. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even Catholic, and I just did the sign of the cross.
Yay! You smack him.
Yeah, Merwin just backhands this man, and it's a 12. I smack him with all of the impunity of "Don't you know who I am?"
All right, you do it with style. At the GM's discretion, you may also learn new information, discover a new opportunity, or gain a string on someone. I'm going to say that you discover an opportunity to really, you notice that the crowd is moving in. And this is a defining moment of like you can see that this is a moment of 4 musketeers versus 40 worsketeers. I hate myself.
It's German. It's German. Worst. It's worsketeers.
Okay, it's fine. That against 40 worsketeers to really like establish, like this is like, I'm sorry, let me reintroduce myself. Y'all missed me for a year. This is who we really are kind of situation. That's the opportunity you are given right now. Sorry, dog.
Yeah. I think with that and seeing that and still like having so successfully backhanded this man,
yeah,
Merwin's pulling out the sword. Merwin's grabbing the rapier.
When you backhanded him, he didn't just like take it. He did a full like 360 spin and like collapsed over his own feet. He is now looking up at you as you pull out this rapier. And he's giving he's just saying, "Get them!" I need all of you to either roll me fight or defying disaster.
This is not good because I do have 2 conditions from last year.
Oh God.
My
feel
only
like I'm
condition is on entice. I am ready to fight.
I'm starting with a major deficit. Maybe it's the microdosing. I don't know, but
Yeah, I'm gonna say your solution to how you handled last year with microdosing poison
yeah.
did not help your cause.
I think for
Frightened and
Philomene,
guilty is what I've got, by the way.
Oh no.
I think for Philomene, they're not gonna be like they want the fight. They see it brewing, but as they do, they sort of get like a tremble, and they sort of like begin to back down. So I think they'll use something else for this instead of fight. So I'll roll Defy Disaster with maybe Heart this time.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'll take 9. I rolled 9.
Very good. All right. I will get back to your success or hard choice. Cortez, what'd you roll for me?
I rolled a 9. I'm gonna do a divine disaster rather than a fight.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use daring.
Okay.
Because I think I'm going to maybe I should do wit instead. I think I'm going to grab the I think I'm gonna grab temperance hostage style.
Oh. Okay. You're taking a hostage. Good to know.
Yep.
Good to know. Okay. And Sabina, what did you roll for me?
I gain experience.
Oh, love that.
I roll a 3.
Okay.
A 3. And I was
Was this a
Okay.
fight? No, doesn't matter. You gained experience. Go ahead.
this is a fight, so the consequences of less than a 6 are severe. So my idea was that I stand next to Merwin and I pull my hand with the idea of basically conjure my rapier or some sort of rapier. That does not happen.
You conjured a twig. A twig that turned into a snake that slithered away.
Damn, Moses.
I thought you were going to pull your sword out and then realize that Merwin was standing right there and just slash the hell out of her. But I like the snake twig better.
It's gonna be a snake twig because I yes.
Okay, so a lot of people sees me like pulling a twig that turns into a snake in front of 41 guards. So yeah.
And you hear someone say, "Damn, Moses."
It's giving Prince of Egypt.
You get a round of applause for the magic trick. That's freaking amazing, but also it's not the right vibe that you're going for at this moment. And Merwin, what did you roll for me?
A 10.
Sexy. What was it, fight or was it Defy Disaster?
I was going for fight, I figure.
Glorious. All right, so I'm gonna have you choose your 3. I'll choose my 1, and then we'll figure out y'all two we'll resolve Philomene and then Cortez.
Yeah.
Actually, reverse that. Cortez then Philomene.
I think in this case, Merwin. Oh God, I get to pick so many things. Merwin will try to provoke so what happens is I think Merwin first does a combination, I think, of trying to provoke the opponent and trying to actually Merwin would. I was like, actually, no, I'm rethinking. Merwin, through violence or cutting words, I think will try to inflict a condition, basically just going like, oh, guess you guys couldn't handle a backhand, could you? Just as he goes down to, I guess, try and inflict, probably insecure. After that, and I think we'll hold out this blade, and do like a quick wrist movement to just really it's not even attempting to go for anything major, but basically to pull the symbol, to pull the guard symbol or whatever off of the chest of a few of them. Just like, you
Ding,
like, look at
ding.
this. I can be so gentle with my blade. I don't even need to go for your neck. I can go for your dignity in this case.
Amazing.
Or just
and then
belt
finally-
buckles. Just
Yeah, and then maybe like go for the buckle on one of them as well to try and create a opportunity for an ally through prowess or distraction of just like creating, not even like trying to defeat them, but just creating this sense of like embarrassing chaos.
Oh yeah. Okay, so as you backhand him, he is feeling insecure. The first 10 come after you, and you are like, you barely flick your wrist as you're scratching off every single one of their insignias. And for the last 5, you do like a flick, like you do like you actually have to move your arm for this, but you're like taking off belt buckles, and all of them are tripping as their pants are falling, and they're tripping over themselves, and just a chorus of laughter from bystanders looking on as like 10 of the supposedly elite guard are like toppling over themselves and falling at your feet.
I do have an extra question. Would this
Yes.
would anything I have done clear my condition of insecure, which is to take a rash action to confront the object of your jealousy and prove your worth without plan or advice?
Yes.
Thank
You
you.
are no longer
Nice.
insecure.
I have made some bad decisions and
With that backhand, you have found yourself again.
just
Um,
regained the princeliness.
there you are. And for me, I get to choose one in response.
And I regain my condition. Sorry.
No, I'm not gonna do that to you. I am going to gain a string on you as since you are so like the captain. I've got to give this buddy a name. Captain Revlon. Sorry. So
Maybelline.
don't tempt me. Captain Revlon is going to gain a string on you. As you've made yourself known, he is like holding his cheek as you have embarrassed him in a way he has not been ever in his life before. I say he. I say he, but they also go by they. So it's Captain Revlon, he, they pronouns. And they are insecure. Going back to Cortez, who decided to take a hostage.
Yeah.
Bro. So it's either you take her as a hostage. But you're with you grabbing her as a hostage, you lose the crowd. The guards are they're starting to cheer for the guards to rescue this poor woman from this other woman who is holding them. Yeah, you're now the bad guy in this picture.
Yeah.
Philomene,
Yes.
your hard choice. I'm gonna say you're also successful, but you take out when you knock down and go out, and like you're taking out at least your fair share of guards. So you're going through them, like picking one up, throwing them into another, turning around. You half transform, and
Ooh.
you're not fully transformed, but you do get, like, I'm gonna say you go up 2 points in feral.
2 points in feral.
Yes.
Okay.
The crowd is still on your side though. And Yeah, the crowd is completely on your side, Sabina, but you are completely surrounded by 10 guards, while Cortez is facing off, and like the crowd is booing Cortez, cheering the other three.
I got things to say, so
I
they
mean,
can
I
boo
like
all they
that.
want.
As a musketeer, I'm an excellent entertainer, apparently.
Fun at parties.
Cortez,
Yeah,
you said you
invite
had
me.
stuff to say, so take this moment and speak your piece.
Yeah, I endear I endear myself to the audience by going, "This is your kingdom. This is what you do to your heroes. They stumble and they fall, and you boo at them. You fight them in the street like they're dogs. This is what we've done for you, for our people, and this is how you treat us. This snake." And I, am holding her. This snake has convinced you that she is the victim, but we are the ones who were led to slaughter.
Yeah, that was a beautiful speech. Can
I
you
know.
roll to entice the crowd?
Entice the crowd.
The entire of the crowd.
And then I purr in her ear, "Scream all you like."
She immediately stops and her face is beet red.
That was another 9. Entice is plus what?
Heart.
Heart. That's a -1, so that's 8.
You still pass though.
Okay.
So you gain a string on the crowd unless they decide to choose one. Get flustered and awkward, promise something they think you want, or give in to desire. I'm gonna say the crowd gets flustered and awkward. Only because, in the sense that you are their heroes. It was only a year ago, and it was one mission.
Yeah.
And they're like reevaluating
now they're
how
like,
they're.
"Oh wait,
Ooh, yeah, they Cortez got some points. Okay. And with that, the guards are going to come at you, in a group. So it's just a bunch of them. Let's see how well they do.
coming at me in a group." Uh-oh.
You've handled groups before.
I know, I'm a people pleaser.
This is terrible. They rolled their fight, so, and they got a 7. Choose 2 and your opponent chooses 1. So they are going to create an opportunity for an ally, for Temperance to escape.
Yeah.
And then take an object. Actually, no, they're going to seize a superior position. So once Temperance escapes, they are completely surrounding you and cutting you off from your allies.
Okay.
At this point, what is everyone else doing? Now that Philomene, you've taken out 10 people and you're just half formed, and Marwyn, you're feeling yourself like, I'm a freaking queen. Who I am a freaking royal. Who do you think you are to address me? You're having a full Beyonce moment. And Sabina, you're in trouble.
I'm having a very bad day, very bad first day at the job right now.
Yeah. I actually, I'm going to go to you, Sabina, and see how these 10 people are going to attack you. That's a 9. They also are going to, through violence, they are going to inflict a condition. You are insecure.
Yes.
And they will also seize a superior position. Nope, that's only 1. They can only get 1. So yeah, You are now insecure.
Okay.
Oh wait, I choose 2, you choose 1. So you're cut off from the others. But Cortez, you also get to choose 1 for the 10 guards you're facing, and Sabina, you choose 1 for the 10 guards you're facing. I'm so good at combat, y'all.
Okay, so let's see.
I'm gonna grab the snake that I still have in my hand and throw at them and create through distraction an opportunity for an ally.
Okay. You're gonna you throw the little snake at them and it creates a small opening for
Yes.
someone to come in and help you.
Assist, yeah.
That's literally my plan. That's literally my plan. It's like
I love it. What about you, Cortez?
That is difficult. I feel like maybe through violence or cutting words, I can inflict a condition. So because of my speech, now people feel guilty.
Okay. This is the guards you're fighting.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to go with guilty? Because I'm pretty sure they're pretty happy about you. Like the crowd, I understand being guilty.
Okay,
the guards
maybe...
are here to are your replacements.
I mean, okay, because I feel like it's kind of like scab workers.
Yeah.
They can do the job, but they can still feel guilty about it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The crowds hate them. They're trying to do their job, but the crowds hate them. That like public opinion is not in their favor. And so then you've got the guilt, but you still do the job. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking.
Awesome.
So yeah, they want to replace me. They don't give a fuck about me and what I think, but the crowds are judging them.
All right, so
either insecure or guilt, I think.
They also cross picket lines.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they cross picket lines. I see it. So insecure or guilt? I thought you would have gone with frightened, but okay.
I don't think they're scared of me at this moment. I'm not trying.
Legend.
Yeah, I'm not trying to scare them off. I'm trying to get them to reconsider.
All right, yeah, I will go with your first one, guilty.
Okay.
Fantastic. All right, and this will prove how are my 2 boss bitches doing? I mean, Merowyn and Philomene. How are what are you doing to assist the other 2 musketeers?
I don't think Philomene does much. Like, they panicked as the fight started, and then they half transformed and they sort of like automatically took out 10 people without them realizing it. Until the end, they came back. So now they're just in the corner trying to calm down and figuring out, because they rarely lose control, and now they're stuck in a even more hybrid form that they already have, and they don't know what happened, and they're trying to get that under control.
Okay. What you see in front of you is your friend Cortez in the middle of a circle of swords, speechifying and making them feel very bad about themselves, but still alone in a circle of swords. You see Sabina again alone in a circle of swords, while Merowyn has like just a bunch of just chaos at her feet chaos at their feet as they're standing over it and smiling and like just proud and triumphant. But yeah, Sabina is armed with a snake, not even a sword, surrounded by a circle of swords in very hostile environments. Is there anything you want to do, or are you, or is there, or is Philomene still just like recovering from what happened before?
Yeah, I'll say they're still recovering from this.
And then so Merowyn, you see that Philomene is like kind of huddled into themselves and backing away from the violence, while Cortez is cut off and in the middle of. Cortez looks like Flynn at like in that meme of Cortez and Sabine, that meme of Flynn Rider just surrounded by swords at this point. What are you going to do?
I don't know if Maewyn, I think, is still very caught up in this, even if they've dropped the insecure condition. And so I think they see Philomene, but they're like, okay, they're not in danger. But they do see Jay and Sabina, and I think don't know who to Maewyn's eyes, looks like they're in the worst condition, to be honest.
Sabina has, Cortez has a sword. Sabina has a snake.
Yeah, so I think,
and there is an opening over on Sabina's circle where you can see where you can like slip in.
I want to remind you that the snake is very small also.
A garden snake. It's
like
not
a
a
house
cobra.
Yeah. It is a garden snake.
yeah. I think Maewyn kind of gently steps over one of the bodies and walks over with their sword to just join in on that fight, to basically just like shove somebody out of the way. So I want to start fighting also. I think Maewyn, kind of caught up in this arrogance, is going to try and defy disaster and like push all of them back. But I also want to use my singles. I don't know if I can do 2 moves, but I'm going to ask if I can.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I want to use up my string on Sabina to influence with a string and to add 1 roll to the next roll they make.
Okay. So +1 to your next roll, Sabina.
So like to try and give you a bump so you don't fuck up.
Amazing. And Merwin, with this opportunity that Sabina has created, I'm going to give you a +1 on your Defy Disaster roll.
Let's see how prettily I can do this. Oh, thank God. That's going to be 9 + 3, so 11.
Yeah, petty looks good on you. As you like, I remember who the fuck I am now. You're back on your bullshit, and you just hop in and start like doing the same thing, but this time you start with the belts and have them tripping over themselves before you like casually walk by. It's like, you don't need that anymore. That patch is not for you. La, da, da, as you're like strolling to meet Sabina. And
wait, I have an idea. You take a lock that you just have in your pocket and take someone's pant loop to somebody else's pant loop and lock them together, and they're stuck. They're like stuck.
It's just like a lock. We just slide a lock onto the end of a saber. And
yeah. The sword is now in a lock. They're like, what the?
Yeah, and I think as Maewyn makes their way to Sabina, they're like, "Hello, I saw you in some danger. You need help?"
Thank you very much, Marwan. Yes, I think that the Unseen seems a little bit pissed with me right now. So let me try to get a little chat there, so maybe they can lend me a hand here. Not a great day on the job, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, we've had better, but I mean, could be worse. And I think like at that they wink and use up that string. It's like, you can do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Before I hop back over to Sabina, Cortez, how are you doing with this crowd? Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna say. Just defy disaster for me as they attack you.
Yeah, I figured. Can I?
No.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I just grab someone and as a distraction, kiss them on the lips, like, pull them in for a kiss and then use them like a shield?
If you roll well, absolutely.
Cool. That is a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Daring?
I think you did it.
So
yeah, you
that's
do
12.
it with style. Yeah, if you're gonna kiss somebody, yeah, you're gonna gain a string on random NPC who I'm
Yeah.
not naming.
Yeah.
You find this cute little brunette, who like lunges at you to try and like just to try and
Yeah.
get you good. You
Wrap
pivot.
I
Yeah.
feel like I wrap my arm around their arm, kind of twist it and pull them in for a kiss.
Fantastic.
And then holding them in this position, start using the back of their armor like a shield and turning them to kind of ting, ting.
Fantastic. Amazing. I'm gonna do this at like a -1 for their fight. And they got a 9.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Yeah. You take it you're gonna get another string because
Yeah.
I'm flustered on
Yeah.
as just speaking as this person. But they are kind of distracting, so yeah. They're gonna create an opportunity through distraction, and you get to choose one.
An opportunity. Okay, so they're fighting me, so
Yeah,
I get to pick.
They're not willingly trying to be your shield right now.
Yeah, I mean, fair. Can I feel like I would have two strings on them already.
Yeah, which gives them a name. They're Lieutenant Mira.
Mira, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like Mira gets a third string and is probably like smitten with me at this point. We're making out in the middle of a battle. Like, what's sexier than that?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just gonna do that. I'll do the yeah, gaining a streak on a string on them. I think, because I don't feel like inflicting a condition. Or can I create an opportunity for somebody else? Because I don't know if I really want to fight any of these people, which I know,
Okay.
shocking. But I think I'll do that instead of the third string. On a random NPC, I'll create an opportunity. So I think I probably am using them like a shield and knock someone out of the way.
Yeah.
So then again, there's just a literal physical opening for somebody else to get in here and assist.
Yeah, there's now a huge opening as like you hear blades clash against this armor as you use this person as a human shield. You don't hear it because you're too busy making out with somebody and trying not to die. So it's just like blood pumping in your ears. And just the heat of the moment situation. So Philomene, you see the landscape change. Like you see Cortez is now, well, you see Sabina is now out of trouble and is being helped by Marwyn. You see Cortez is making their own way through the enemy, and making a new friend. What are you gonna do in this situation?
I think that with the fight dying down, Philomene slowly starts to get a hold of themselves. Not that they're not in that danger scenario anymore, and so they're easily able to rein themselves in. And as they do, they sort of feel a bit not say humiliated, but embarrassed that fighting is the one thing they're good at, and at the point where they needed to do it, they just sort of shut down.
Mhm.
And so they just try to compose themselves and just step up closer and just keep an eye out to make sure, and just I guess glare at the remaining, in case there are no more musketeers standing, or are they all
Oh no,
cowed?
there's still 9 standing around Cortez. Cortez is fighting 9 people and making out with one of them.
Okay. Yeah. And I guess Philomene is just gonna take a deeper. Their heart is still racing and they're still a bit panicked, but in control, they're gonna dive in and attempt to cull the lot. I mean, not kill, beat them down, not cull the lot.
Kill them all.
Went from panic attack to murder. Got it.
Just like grabbing them and just tossing them aside, like that scene in Princess Mononoke when
Yes.
Ashitaka was like, going through the crowd. Yeah.
You're being a dummy. You're being a dummy. Defy disaster for me, friend.
Okay.
This is less of a fight. This is more defy disaster.
Yes. Which is what I do with darings.
Beautiful.
Okay, so that would be 11.
Yeah, you do it with style. And yeah, as you're hucking all these people out of the way, you're noticing that they're like they're not real, they're like half-ass fighting Cortez. Because they're not, their heart's not in it. And by the time you throw Lieutenant Mira, she's got complete heart eyes, and you have to physically yank her away from Cortez as she's hucked across the thing. But you
You're
win
right.
you win the crowd, and your 40 foes have been defeated.
We were
Let's
just
go.
getting to know each other.
Oh,
Oh,
it looked like you were
yeah.
fighting from that angle, like
We
you
were
trying to
we
rip
were
something.
in a way. If you would give us longer, we'd be wrestling too. I take a piece of parchment, rip it,
Call me.
and yeah, give the bar's address for some reason, because that's just where I live now, I guess. Give the bar's address and stuff it in her tin, right next to her gorget. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Forget.
Gorget?
I don't know.
In the little metal piece that protects her throat. I stuff it in there. So
Copy that. Sabina, what are you doing now that the fight is over?
So everyone else is like every of the musketeers are down, right?
Yeah. You see Philomene take care of the last 9-10 Worsketeers. I hate it every time. As they're like flying across the square. And you hear in the distance
Yes.
more coming. I don't know. I lost the words to say that. But you barely hear that over like the crowd screaming "Musketeers, Musketeers," and like just cheering you on.
I'm gonna say, hey everyone, let's have a party, and I'm going to try to entice the people, the crowd, to come to the bar with us and try to make like a big mess of it, so the more musketeers that are coming at us, they won't find us, and they will just have to like get through a crowd to get at us. And
yeah,
Amazing.
bunch of distractions, decoys, and things like that.
That's fantastic.
I'm putting lipstick on like half of the crowd. Anyone who's got the same hair color as me.
I yell, yeah, the next round is on Cortez. And I roll dice.
Man,
You've got
Merwin definitely shouts like, huh, like just doesn't even shout any words, just like woo on that.
Yeah, with Merowyn's woo, you get the +1 to your entice roll.
Okay. I get a 9 plus the +1 I had from Marwen. So that's a 10. And okay, that's 10. That's a 10 plus, so
You
it's enough.
gain a string on the crowd, the entire crowd, and they get to choose one. They promise something they think you want. Actually, no, they get flustered and awkward, or they give into desire, and they're going to give into their desire, their love for you. They all decide to be your decoys and just throw this huge party in celebration of the Musketeers, and retelling the story of how 4 defeated 40, and then it turns into 80, and then it turns into a double of 80 because I don't math. But you're thank you. Yeah, your legend of how great the Musketeers, how grand, how amazing you are, just spreads throughout the kingdom. And as you guys go back to the tavern, into the room, or the Philomene's apartment, and yeah, he lives close by the tavern. Go back, or they live close by. Sorry. They you go back to Philomene's apartment and regroup and have your time. The rest of the night, you are not disturbed by any Worsketeers or anything. You do, and the next morning you do get a summons, or you hear a knock at your door. Yeah. Who answers?
I jump and I go to open the door because that's pretty likely to be someone else that wants me to tell them the story about how I defeated 10 Worsketeers with a boa constrictor. So yeah.
Yeah. At the door you meet the blonde woman, Temperance. Was she brunette or blonde before? Doesn't matter.
Temperance didn't have a hair color.
She is blonde now. Okay. You at your door is Temperance, who is in the finest dress, and she holds a summons from the queen herself.
Oh, hello.
She says
wasn't expecting this.
She says no words to you. She just hands you the envelope, and with like the stankest face, she's gonna just turn around and leave. And that is where we're going to leave this. You on the summons to the queen. That is where we're going to leave this episode. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I'm going to have my legendary Musketeers tell you where they can where you can find them, what they have coming up, and who they played this evening. Starting with Sabina.
Okay, I'm Nin. You can find me by my nickname, which is Ninfael, in pretty much every social media you can think of. And I'm currently working on publishing a couple of RPGs. So yeah, you can check that on my Twitter or everywhere. I don't know. Take a look. Send me a message.
Amazing. And Merowyn.
Hi, I was playing Merowyn. My name's Theta, they, them pronouns. You can find me on Bing Sujong on Twitter, as well as other shows. I think next week I'm going to be in a Star Wars show playing a Vulcan who should not be in charge of shit, but somehow is. As well as a couple other things later this year. So just check out the Twitter and it'll be on there.
Awesome. Philomene.
Hello, I'm Nick, and I played Philomene, and you can find me on all social media as NickSnat1, the number 1. and currently not appearing on any shows, but I do occasionally stream the games I run for my Malaysian group on my Twitch, which is also under the same name. And I'm currently running through Kids on Bikes with a group where we're 2 more sessions to the end, and I am about to start a masked RPG soon.
Ooh.
So yeah, feel free to check that out.
And last but not least, our horny boy, boy with an I, Cortez.
I'm okay. I'm okay with being called a boy. I'm very boyish. Hi, I'm Rose. I played Jay Cortez this evening. You can find me on Twitter and on Twitch as Ghost Adventures. That's Ghost Adventures with a Q, not a G. I am still not Zach Baggins. I usually stream on Tuesdays. This last week was the 4th of July, so we played American Trucking Simulator for the first time. I think we might end up playing that again. It was a really good time, actually. But other than that, a lot of my streams are just taking a chill pill for a while. So this is where you can catch me on Fridays.
And I have been your GM and literally everybody else. I am Casper the MB Ghost, and I should probably take better notes than I have been. You can find me anywhere at Casper DANB Ghost, except for Twitter, where I'm Casper DNB Ghost. I'm even on Threads today.
Yeah.
It's better than Twitter.
Yeah.
It really is though. So follow me there because that just happened, and I would love more people. You can find me here. Or you can find me on Neon Lights Roleplay on their Stardust Ghosts. That's on Wednesdays, or I'm mostly on Tabletop Titties, but we are taking a 2-week break. So mostly I'm just here. And my own channel where I'm doing a Monster of the Week campaign every other Monday. But speaking of Neon Lights Roleplay, stick around as we raid them. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. See you next week, unless there's another terrible storm and my internet dies. But other than that, yeah, see you around.
Bye.
Stay healthy, stay happy, all that jazz.